hello. Hi, hello, everyone. Hello. And how are you doing today? Hello, and how are you doing today? My name is Sharice Johnson Moore, and I am the owner of Sharice Johnson Moore LLC, where we help entrepreneurs gain exposure through advertising, broadcasting, publishing, and marketing. So, wanted to say hello and welcome to Entrepreneurial Corners. Yes, Entrepreneurial Corners. I created this show for the sole purpose of entrepreneurs, child. Yes, I had to, you know, to help you out, to, give you advice, and help both of us grow. I'm an entrepreneur, and I know sometimes it can be really hard sometimes. We're all being overwhelmed, and sometimes we get overwhelmed with things that we get overwhelmed with things sometimes. But I hope I am helping you out because I know I'm helping myself. Right now, and Entrepreneur Corners. And our topic for today is, how do you communicate with your guests for your shows? How do you communicate with your guests for your shows? Okay. So I want to give you a few tips, just few tips that you can communicate with your guests for your shows. And it is a thing of that. Okay. I, I see and understand that sometimes it can be complicated. Sometimes it can be complicated with all the stuff that we are bombarded with on a daily basis of certain things that we do. And I just want to help you out with a some tips, that could really, really improve your communication with your guests. Okay. So, some things I plan on improving. I'm gonna speak on myself, okay, because I have not been the model entrepreneur. Okay. I've not been that. Okay. I have my own quirks with communicating with others, right? And one thing I want to improve in my business is the fact that I have to stop DMing people in their box, their messenger box, their Instagram DM, and I have to move to another level with the way I communicate with the guests for my shows. I have Morning Word and Worship, Let's Talk Sunday, Entrepreneur Corners, and Authors Extra Sunday. And normally the old way I was doing it was I was communicating with the going in the inbox, asking them, would you be on my show? Would you be a guest on my show, or things like that? And that's real tedious. Okay. It's tedious. It's crap. Okay. That is it's like one person, then I go to the next person. And really, like I said, I'm trying to move to the next level where I communicate with my potential guests for my shows, right? So I want to I talk about my quirks because I know what I do and what I don't do in my business, right? And my thing is, I'm trying to improve myself along with helping others at the same time. Okay. And that is really important to me when I do that with other entrepreneurs. And I know, it's a business created every day. It's a business created every day. And sometimes I've been entrepreneur 7 years, and my thing is, it's time to level up. And with this leveling up mode, I wanted to share some things with you that I plan on implementing in my business, because I have been lackadaisical about a lot of stuff. I know I need to upgrade, right? When it comes to communicating with my guests, or communicating with people, other business entrepreneurs, things like that, authors. Okay. And I talked about an episode. I talked about a previous episode I did was about how to, it was on my show on Authors Extra Sunday, and I broke it down ways where how to even answer an invite letter when someone invites you to be on their show, to be on, the show to talk about your books. Okay. But today we are going to, I'm going to give you 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we can all improve on when it comes to our communication skills when we trying to get some guests on our shows, right? So in the process of this, I'm looking. If you see me ever look to this way, I have notes. When I do now, I've gotten to the point where I write notes. I write notes of things I want to talk about in my segments. I've learned how to do that too, where don't just come off the cuff, and write your notes out. Write when you're doing a presentation. That's another topic for another day, though. Okay, so I wanted to come in and really get into some things that we can improve in our communication skills when it comes to others. Okay, when it comes to helping others, helping your communication skills, you're trying to get your guests, right? Whether you're a podcaster or you are interviewer, and when it even comes to this type of, kind of conversation where it's a one-on-one, how do you go about communicating with your potential guests for shows, right? So we want to try this one, right? It's called an email. It's called an email. And I have done this many of times, where I have sat down and composed the email to send to somebody. Okay. I like that. I've gotten some new software implemented in my business like Honeybook. And I just picked up this other application. It's called Mini Chats. I found out about mini chats from my instructor. I'm in a class. I'm in a business. It's like a business course. It's really a business course, and it's with Audrey Richmond, and she talks about a lot of the apps and the things that she uses in her business to make it more efficient in her business. So, and you know, uh, to make it more efficient, so you don't have to work so hard. You don't have to, do a whole lot of, make it more easy on yourself. Okay, make it more easy on yourself. So emails, I had in the past, I had this habit of going into people's DMs, right? Going to DM, talk about the show, stuff like that. Then I really buckled down and I had to sit down and compose an email. You might think that's tedious. You might think that's something, I don't feel like it. Look, let me tell you. If you write up, this is how you do it. You write up, you compose an email in a Word document, right? And if you read over, review it, you can turn around and use that same document that you composed this email with and use it and copy and paste. Okay. Or you can turn around and start an email list. That's another thing that I was not doing. I was not doing an email list. I was not even, I wasn't sending out emails on a regular basis, but like I said, I'm trying to level up. All that one email at a time stuff, that's tiresome. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and compose one email and fix it the way the automation and things like that. I'm incorporating a lot of new things into my business to get to the next level. So emails is one of them, and I've sent out plenty of them. I remember one day I sat down and sent out 12 emails. I was like, no, I'm not sending out no 12 emails no more. No, 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 no. I will go ahead and compose it in Honeybooks, automate the sequence, set the automation when somebody comes in to inquire about a service, and then that email with the trigger words are for to get a certain email. That's how I have it set up. Where if they say authors excerpt Sunday, authors, writers, things like that, I set it in the automation that way. Social media direct messaging. Okay, now you can do that, but it's okay. But what I have learned from Miss Audrey is that you can cut down the time if you get many chats. You can cut that down. You can really cut that down. Um, where you don't have they like if you put a certain word in to the messenger to your social media direct messaging, it'll be automated for that person to automatically get the information that they're requesting in the message. Okay, learn how to do that. I've been practicing with a lot of stuff. I've been practicing with a lot of stuff, right? So I don't mind sharing what I've learned, with others. A phone call. Okay. Phone call. A phone call. Sometimes sometimes it is required that you phone call somebody. Cause how could I say this? Everybody don't read their message in their inbox. You may want to talk to that person, or you may want to have a one-on-one phone call with that person, a one-on-one, where you talk to the person and say, look, okay, all right, we're going to sit down, we're going to discuss this, break the details down, and then come to an agreement, yay or nay, and then we'll go from there. I've been doing a lot of one-on-one phone calls with people because I want the reaction. I want to, and it's best to hear it than to type it and see it in an email. And it becomes more clearer and a better understanding when you talk to someone on the phone in your conversation. Okay, so here's another one. Online booking platforms. Ooh, child, let me tell you. This one right here, them right here has saved me a lot of time. Oh God, it saved me a lot of time from having to go. I got okay, so I'm gonna break this down to you, right? This online booking platform, I got Honeybook, right? And Honeybook, I created a file template, right? And the file template is a welcome letter. And then Honeybooks also, if you're using Calendly, like Calendly is a booking platform, for conversations, for meetings, for Calendly has saved me a lot of time. Okay, Calendly has saved me a lot of time, and I put that Calendly link where you set up a certain particular. Okay, like I'll give you this example. Okay, I have a Calendly link set for Authors Excerpt Sunday, right? Authors Excerpt Sunday, and you know what you can do with Calendly? When you set up Calendly, you can also link that to the PayPal. Say somebody want to set up a one-on-one meeting with you, right? and you gotta you make income from having that meeting. So you can link your calendar to your PayPal. Okay, it's streamlined everything. That's how I have it in my letters. My letters when they are sent out for entrepreneurial corners and Architecture Sunday, I put the calendar link inside of the document so they can pick the day of their appointment and pay at the same time. They don't have to go out. They don't got to go from this app to this app to over here. I got to go calendar. Then I got to go send them the PayPal. Then I got to I don't know none of that. 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 Right? Calendar is good. You could use your Google Calendar to set it up. Outlook, things of that nature. You know, it's booking platforms to get a schedule, a time slot for the interview, or at their convenience. You know, where they get to pick the day, but you had a day set in your calendar app. Like Authors Extra Sunday is set only for 6 p.m. on Sundays. That's the only day I have it linked. I have available to do the interviews. Now, we can always, reschedule. You can schedule it and schedule it that day of the interview. And then I also have it in the letter where I need these particular requirements and things like that, So communication is key. You need to let people know. Okay. Let people know what's going on. Don't have them out there. And contact form on your website. Oh, I just had this feature. I just had my website revamped, right? And I have really I've created this contact form on my website. My old website, I had somebody work on it. Excuse me. I had somebody work on the website, right? And when I went to go review the website, this was left off my website. And then when I had asked them, I said, can you correct this problem? Oh, I'll do it. And they never end up doing it. They never end up correcting them, after the time they did all this, the website, things like that. But my new graphic arts designer, website designer, Jarvis Gay, Jarvis, he has done a marvelous job. If you need a website designer, okay, I'm sending it out there. Jarvis Gay. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on TikTok. You can find him on those three social media platforms. If you need a graphic art designer and a website designer, and website designer, he does a marvelous job. I like his work. Because he created my logo. He created my header. He created all the little things and little nuances for my website. And I'm sending a big shout out to Jarvis Gay. Okay. So then let's get back to the point at hand, right? How do you communicate with your guests for your shows? Okay. You turn around and then you got networking events. Okay. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this it's like a business social media app called Alignable, right? It's called Alignable. And it is, when I first joined Alignable, it wasn't as sophisticated as it is now, right? And it's got it's a plethora of business people that's serious about their business. It's more business orientated type of atmosphere. It's not like Facebook where it's not like Facebook. Alignable is not like Facebook. Okay. Alignable is geared to more business orientated individuals that have their own businesses and want to network with other business people. I say it in this I'm gonna say it in this caliber, right? This caliber is above what what I'm used to. Okay, alignable. Everybody's on time. They don't have time no games. I haven't had no problem with anyone standing me up for an interview. I haven't ran into that over there when I communicate with potential guests on that app. It's called alignable.com. So you know and that's the thing. It is okay. Let me see if I can put this in the chat. I mean in the okay. This is it, alignable.com. And you can go over there and network, and they have all kind of events, not really like social events, but it's more like a networking uh, uh, atmosphere. And when they have this, somebody's always having a networking meeting. Networking is Networking is when you meet up with other people, like-minded people, and you come together and you collaborate and you sit down and share ideas and you get to meet new people, things like that. Okay. Podcast directories or platforms. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. This is a good one, right? Why I say this is a good one? Because I have a podcast, okay? And I have my podcast, the Sharice Johnson Moore podcast. And my thing is that I'm getting asked all the time about networking with podcasts. Now, it's good to join these directories and platforms. I'll tell you why. Because you can find plenty of people in these directories and platforms that is serious about their business, right? They are serious. They are serious about their work. And okay, and in all aspects, you have to do your vetting of the people that get to know. Of course, with all these aspects, you have to really sit down, do the background and all, because I'm gonna say this. I'm just saying overall business. Okay, I'm gonna get this little tidbit. Everybody say they ain't in business. Okay, but I digress. Now, the podcast, it reaches out to the potential guests through podcast directed platform. Many podcasters find guests through platforms specifically for the purpose, like a matchmaker or pod chaser. Okay. Matchmaker.fm or pod chaser or pod match. Okay. I've heard of pod match. Okay. It's really good to get into those if you're a podcaster. You can also meet up with other people, that are making a true living from being podcasters. You learn a lot. I know I learn a lot because I'm always looking at somebody's, I'm always an avid learner. And that's another thing in being an entrepreneur is you have to be an avid learner, always learning something new. Never get complacent, never get to the point where you are okay, I think I've learned enough. I don't want to do nothing else. Okay, because by the time you learn that, something else done came out. Something else done came out and some new stuff, and now you gotta learn that. And always be a avid learner. Be an avid learner. Okay. Collaborative projects. Collaborative projects are very important when you are ways of communicating, where you go ahead and you collaborate. Okay, we're gonna do this. I've done that many times with other entrepreneurs and things of that nature, and it becomes a total success, right? Total success. Okay. Like collaborative project, like I met a young lady in a group. Her name is her. We are in a. I'm in a group that's called Resilient Black Women, and we meet every morning on Clubhouse, right? And it is led by Miss Ardenae Garner, and we go. It's like a group. It's almost like 200 people in this group, right? Not everybody shows up, everybody, but we come in and collaborate every morning at 7. Now, some of the ladies in the group have podcasts. Some of the ladies do educational things. Some of the ladies are authors. It's a variety of melting pot, as you can say, for what we do as entrepreneurs. And it's about being an author, and it's about collaboration, it's about camaraderie, it's about togetherness or sisterhood. And I have done other women in the group. They have podcasts, so we do exchange. Okay, I do your podcast, you do mine. You come on my show, I come. It's like that. And we have done this in so many aspects. With each other's podcasts. And I love it when stuff like that pop off. I love it. I just love it. I 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 love it. Okay. So another way we can turn around and communicate with our guests is called press kits and media packages. Okay. Press kits and media package. Okay. Okay. And it's very important that you have one of these. It's really because you could send the packages when you create the press kit or media package that provides potential guests with comprehensive information about your show, your audience, and the value that you bring to the guests, including a relevant statistic or testimonial, right? I have a press kit and a media package. It depends on what situation I'm in, what I'm needed for, right? And I run into this a lot when it comes to other authors, right? And I said, well, don't you have a press kit or a media kit? I get like, what's that? But like, okay, let me break it down to you. Let me break it down. And I end up sometimes I run into authors. I run into authors all the time that say, "Oh, my instructor didn't tell me that," or "My instructor didn't teach me that," and I'd be like, "Okay, well, come on, let's sit down. I want to teach you this particular thing that you don't know about," and I make it part of what I teach on a one-on-one level, and that is what sometimes it ends up being. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Thank you for teaching me that. Now I understand. Okay, so what's our next move? And then they want to keep learning more and more and more and more and more from me. And I'd be like, okay, all right. Okay, and that's one of my offers. I teach authors what to do if they do not have certain things. I teach them what they need to know to go to the next level. And I love giving out information to other individuals that do not know certain things about being authors, being entrepreneur, being you know I just like teaching. Okay, I love teaching people new stuff down. I love teaching new stuff. So um podcast pitches. Okay. Develop a clear and compelling pitch for your podcast. Highlight what makes it unique and why it will be a valuable platform for your potential guests to share their expertise or story. To share or your potential guests to share their expertise and stories. Pitch. It is picture it's just like when I do an introduction. Okay. Hello, my name is Sharice Johnson Moore. I am the owner of Sharice Johnson Moore LLC, where we help entrepreneurs gain exposure through advertising, broadcasting, publishing, and marketing. Okay, and then you break down. Okay, well, what is the specifics? A pitch. And sometimes it's good to introduce yourself to new people. Introduce yourself to new people with that. When I get new followers on Facebook, when I get new followers on Instagram, that's what I introduce them to. I introduce them to me. That is who I am. I'm Sharice Johnson Moore, owner of Sharice, and I'm the executive producer of Sharice Johnson Moore's podcast and 4 virtual broadcasting shows. Morning Word and Worship, Let's Talk Sunday, Entrepreneur Corners, and Authors Excerpt Sunday. And I also have other shows as well. So then that is what my pitch is. That is what I tell them. This is what I do when I introduce myself to new people. And things of that nature. Follow up emails. 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 Okay, so I sit down once a week and see what came into my email box that I have set up for automation for a follow-up email with other entrepreneurs that I have approached about my shows, and they have not gotten back with me with an answer. And I'd be like, okay, hello, how are you doing? I'm just sending a friendly reminder of I want to follow up and see what's going on, with you. And I break it down to that, the follow-up email. How are they doing? Because you don't never know what's going on in people's lives. They could be here today and gone tomorrow. Okay. And my thing is that when you follow up, it shows that you respect your time and you respect theirs when you do follow-up emails. So I've gotten all these things. I'm on top of them. I decided in my business, I tired of doing stuff the long way. I need to go ahead and get everything set up, automation and things like that. Right. So that's what I've done in my business. That is part of my relaunch, which is happening December the 1st. Haven't picked a time yet, but I know it's going to be December the 1st. I keep you posted. I keep you real good and posted. Okay. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone. Okay. I have something for you as an entrepreneur. I have an opportunity for entrepreneurs to appear on my show, right? Appear on Entrepreneur Corners to spread the word about your entrepreneur journey and your products or services. Okay. I also have advertising space available for those that want to advertise their business on my live broadcast. You can reach me at I am Sharice. You can reach me at I am Sharice at ShariceandJohnsonMoore.com for more details, right? More details for that, child. Yes. If you are interested in advertising your business or appearing on Entrepreneur Corners, please contact me at I am Sharice at ShariceandJohnsonMoore.com or 725-256-7817 for further details. All right. Okay, babies. And I also wanted to let you know that if you missed this broadcast of Entrepreneur Corners live broadcast, I just want to let you know that you can listen to it on our podcast, Sharice Johnson Moore's podcast, which can be heard on Spotify, Apple, and Google. I wanted to let you know that I also have advertising spaces for the podcast. I want to let you know a 30-second or 60-second advertisement is available to be we can work with that. We can work it out and put your 30 or 60-second advertisement on our podcast. I also have that available. So get in contact with me at this email address that you see on the screen. I am Sharice at ShariceandJohnsonMoore.com. And I will be glad to sit down and talk with you about your advertising needs. Okay. I love you all. And I want to say thank you so much for coming in to be with us today, Entrepreneur Corners. I am your host, Sharice Johnson Moore, and I want to say, come on, let's do your thing, child. Let's do your thing. Let's go over that list again before we jet up out of here. Okay, you got number 1 is email. You got 2 is social media direct messaging. You got phone calls. You got number 4 is online booking platforms. You got 5 is contact form on your website. And then you got 6 networking events. 7 is podcast directories and platforms. You have 8 is collaborative projects. And 9 is press kits and media packages. And number 10 is personalized video invitations. Hey, I remember someone talking about that. Miss Audrey was talking about that in our class. And I'm implementing that in my business as well. So, and then we also have the podcast pitches and then follow up emails. I know. Ooh, child, that's 12 things that we can improve our business on communicating with our guests for our shows. I want to thank you again for coming out to Entrepreneur Corners, and I greatly appreciate you being in the place to be, Entrepreneur Corners. Thank you. And I want to say it has been my honor and a privilege to be here with you today. All right? I love you, and I want you to have a blessed day. Bye, babies.